Lotsha nomthakazo omuhle silamukela njalo kwesinye isiqephu sethu sezindaba kumsakazo we-Citizens Movement Radio. Namhla kungolwesine zinhlanu kuNhlangula ngomnyaka ka-2025. Indaba lizethulelwa nguKhethiwe Chuma. Kwezihamba phambili namhlanje, uhulumende kalathemba imali yakhe yezigi lokho kuvezwe inhlanganiso yezera lapho abathe ukusebenzisa izigi kuyingozi. Ukubiselwa kwamankampani emabhizinisi nomphakathi kungenye indlela yokutshontsha osokuzenziwa iziphathamandla zebandla leZANU-PF. Ukufa kwensane ezibhedlela kuyakhathaza kakhulu, kusho ilunga ledale lephalamende. Nanzi indaba zethu ngokugcweleyo. Ugatsha lukahulumende lweZimbabwe Energy Regulation Authority seluxwayise ukuba ukuthengisa amafutha ezimota ngemali yezigi kuyingozi kakhulu, kanti njalo kuza kuthungamelela ekuswelakeni kwedizili kanye lepetrol. Isiphathamandla sebandla eliphikisayo njalo elilunga ledale lephalamende uKhobhani Matsibanyika uthi uhulumende akalathemba le mali yakhe. Uye wathi labo abagijimisa ukuthengiswa kwamafutha ezimota elizweni bathatha imali kuhulumende engedola leMelika, kanti njalo abazukuvuma ukuba bathathe izigi. Ake sithole imininingwana eminingi vela kumhlonishwa uMatsibanyika.
The statement by the Zimbabwe Energy Regulatory Authority of Zimbabwe, ZERA, to the effect that the proposed decision by government to allow the sale of fuel locally using the local currency, which is the ZiG, is suicidal and will cause shortages. That statement by ZERA is an indictment to what we've been saying all along, that the local currency ZiG has failed. The local currency ZiG has failed fundamentally. It has only done well on the mouths of propagandists and those who are not using the ZiG. Let me highlight a few properties of money and compare it with and juxtapose it with the ZiG. Fundamentally, proper money must be acceptable across the latitude and the longitude of this country. Whenever you see money being ring-fenced to say this money is used exclusively on these areas and not exclusively on these other areas, that is a serious indicator that that money has failed, because it's not acceptable across all services and across all people. You find also that on this issue of acceptability, if you get to our local dealers and local shops, the majority of people, they do not want the ZiG. They actually prefer the US dollar. That is also a sign that this currency is not acceptable by its users. And for that matter, therefore, we say that the currency has failed. Secondly, a currency must stand the test of a function of it being a store of value. In other words, we are saying money can be kept in place of buildings. Money can be kept in place of stock. Money can be kept as a store of wealth, and that wealth must not change over time. So, under our circumstances, the ZiG has changed many times and has lost value significantly, starting with the 27th September debacle, when our local currency is lost by more than 45%. So you will find that on its own is an indicator that this money has failed to perform its function of being money. And for that matter, therefore, we say it has failed. Lastly, we also have to look at the issue of durability. Is this the local currency, the money that we have, the notes that we have, are they durable? Are they strong enough to withstand the test of wear and tear? Are they easily get broken? Are they fragile? The answer under our current circumstances is true, that our local ZiG current notes are not durable. For that matter, therefore, we say the ZiG has failed the test of time. So whenever ZERA now comes and say it will cause local shortages, and then using the local currency will cause is suicidal, that's a sign that the local currency has failed. That's a sign that the local currency is not money. It cannot be traded against anything. So they're actually trying to protect themselves. It's actually the statement by a group of cartels like the Kunawashita Grays and so forth, who are actually working in that area of fuel. They've got the fuel cartels where they seek to protect themselves. So this idea of saying the SIG does not work in fuel, it does not work in, is a way of also protecting themselves. They really need the genuine money, while they throw out that bad money or that bad money to defenseless citizens. So fundamentally, I want to highlight in strongest terms that this statement by Zera is an indication that the ZIG has failed fundamentally to deal or to act as a currency of choice, to act as a store of value, to act as a medium of exchange, to act as a durable currency of choice.
Uhulumende webandla leZANU-PF usephendukise njalo umthetho wokuba umphakathi kumele uthole ingxenye yemali etholakala emphakathini ngamabhizinisi asebenzela emphakathini. Isiphathamandla sebandla eliphikisayo Stephen Sarkozy Chuma uthi eminyakeni edlulileyo le mali okwakumele isebenze yantshontshwa ibandla leZANU-PF leziphathamandla zabo okwachiya izakhamizi ziphakathi kodubo. Ake sizweni okaChuma ekhuluma.
Yes, in the past we used to have this kind of community share ownership trust during Robert Mugabe's reign. So it is not something new. On paper, it is very good because communities should benefit from resources, natural resources that comes from their area. But we know that in practice, ZANU-PF has always been abusing this trust to take money which is meant for communities to line their pockets. We've seen cases of corruption involving this kind of trust in Marange, where the people of Marange were supposed to benefit from a percentage of the money that was being raised from the sale of diamonds for community development. But we know that all that money was taken by the likes of Didmas Mutasa, who lined their pockets instead of remitting it back to the community. We have cases of Zimplats in Mondoro Nges, where the money was supposed to help the community of Mondoro, but that money, we know it was taken by ZANU-PF, and the communities remained wallowing in poverty. So we know that Emmerson Mnangagwa's government is very corrupt, and when they come up with anything, it's meant to siphon, it's meant to steal again. So we are worried that the return of community ownership trust, though a good idea, it is most likely to be abused by corrupt individuals to enrich themselves. So we call for a situation where these trusts are run by independent bodies, by independent people who are not partisan.
Omela umama esabelweni seMashonaland West edale lephalamende umhlonishwa uMutha Mrombethi uthi ukhathazekile kakhulu ngokubhubha kwensane elizweni. Kubikwa kubhubha abantwana bangama-37 phakathi kwabantwana abazinkulungwane. Eminyakeni odlulileyo kubhubhe insane ezingu-18,500 abangaphansi kweminyaka emihlanu. Lokho sokuveze ukuba ilizwe lethu kalisebenzi kuhle kwezempilakahle. Ake sizweni umhlonishwa uMrombethi ekhuluma.
It is really sad, and we cannot normalize losing 18,500 infants before their 5th birthday in 1 year. This is very sad, and it's not just a statistic, it's a national emergency, and our hospitals are turning into graveyards before our eyes, graveyards for our future. This is not just infant mortality, it is bordering on systemic neglect. I would want us to call it infant genocide. Our health sector must be urgently overhauled, and mothers deserve clean delivery rooms and not death traps. Our babies deserve a chance at life, not just a number on a report. If we want to look closely on our constitution, the Constitution of Zimbabwe, it actually guarantees the right to health and life. Yet what we are seeing is the silent burial of that promise. The silent burial of that promise that is guaranteed in our constitution, one tiny coffin at a time. How do we explain to grieving mothers that their baby died because there was no incubator, there was no nurse on duty, there was no ambulance, or even to transfer them in time? This is failure. We are failing our mothers, we are failing our babies, and this is not fate. It is a failure of leadership, a failure of planning, a failure of budget priorities. We must declare infant mortality a national crisis. We must invest in maternal and neonatal care and equip our rural clinics and retain our skilled midwives. Every baby matter, every life counts, and until the system treats it that way, we'll keep demanding justice, not postmortem.
Owayemela isekela lePhalamende umhlonishwa uWillard Matimba-Mutto usethe ukulwela inkululeko kungafezeka kuphela nxa abantu abasha abayibo abalenani eliphezulu elizweni bengathatha indawo yabo ekufuneni izembiwa zelizwe. Umhlonishwa uMatimba-Mutto uthe kuqakathekile kakhulu ukuba abantu abasha baphatheke ekwembiweni kwezinto elizweni, kwezokulima kanye lokunye okuqakathekileyo okuletha imali elizweni. Ake sizweni umhlonishwa ekhuluma.
Now, there is one common thread that you can trace of youths across the political divide, whether they associate with the ruling party, they associate with the opposition, or alternatively, they appear to be disinterested even in political issues. The one common thread you can trace is that young people in this country are relegated to the peripherals of the critical sectors of the economy. By sectors of the economy, I refer to agriculture, to mining, tourism, issues of manufacturing, exports and imports, etc., etc. And one of the main issues that we find is that there hasn't been any drive, energy, or even desire amongst young people to have an understanding, to have a knowledge, more so with respect to the opportunities that this country can offer. And I want to emphasize one of the main reasons, even speaking from those who are not aligned to the ruling party, has been the fact that ZANU-PF has successfully over the years managed to conflate the state and government apparatus. By this I mean they have painted a picture. They've owned the liberation struggle. They've owned the natural resources of this country. They've created an impression that without them or without their involvement, there is nothing that Zimbabweans can actually do. And as a result, many of our young people have developed serious hatred towards even critical sectors of the economy because of how ZANU-PF has pushed this propaganda of conflating state and government. And I want to emphasize that over the years, a government can be a government today, but tomorrow it will be a different game altogether. But the state has always been in existence and will remain in existence. And my appeal to young people is, notwithstanding the politics of the day, let's develop an interest. Let's at least acquire knowledge. How do you acquire mining rights? How do you acquire hunting rights? How do you venture into imports and exports? How do you acquire these licenses? Let's escalate our discussion from the disintegrated systems that we find in our country to a point whereby we have young people saying, we have attempted to do A, B, C, D, but we are suffering, we are hitting this kind of stumbling blocks. Let's escalate the debate to that extent. But unfortunately, many have already closed their minds even to the powerful many opportunities that this country still has to offer. There are many people in this country who are in the critical sectors of the economy who are not aligned to either of the political parties. Ordinary citizens, non-aligned, who are making money, who are making ends, who are making a living out of exploitations of the natural resources that God has so blessed this country with. So this is the appeal that I want to give to young people. It is possible. It can be done. Let's have this kind of conversations. Let's interact over the critical sectors as to how we can practically be involved. There's a lot of rhetoric around about youth empowerment, about youth quota systems, but there isn't been the practical realization of those rhetoric aspects.
Emzameni yakhe yokuba ahlale embusweni kuze kwedlule umnyaka ka-2028, umongameli webandla leZANU-PF Emmerson Mnangagwa udlalisa imali kahulumende lapho ahamba ejikela khona okungalanhlelo zikahulumende khona, yena bese kubiza ngokuthi zinhlelo zikamongameli. Izolo Mnangagwa usungule elinye iqembu lapho athe liqembu labantwana balabo ababelwela inkululeko, lapho afake ingxenye yemiliyoni etoleni leMelika kule inhlanganiso. Owayelilunga lebandla leZANU-PF kubasha, uMnyarathi Shoko, owasungula ugatsha oluthi Children of Zimbabwe Liberation War Veterans Association, usesole kakhulu ibandla leZANU-PF ngokwehlukanisa abantwana balabo ababelwela inkululeko ukuze bafuqe udaba luka-2030. Namhlanje bekulusuku lokunanza imvelo lapho bekusenziwa umkhankaso wokuba kunakekelwe imvelo ngoba sokubikwa imvelo ichabalala ngenxa yokutshintsha komkhathi. EZimbabwe imbiko ithi imvelo iyashabalala kakhulu endaweni lapho kusebenza khona abeChina besenza izembiwa eceleni kwemfula kanye lendawo ezihlala inyamazana zasendle. Umphakathi uphakathi kokusola kakhulu ngemva kokuba inkampani yeChina iphiwe imvumo ukuba iyekwemba kwelewange. Owayelilunga labatsha kubandla eliphikisayo uObey Sithole ngenhlanganiso yakhe namhlanje ubegubha ilanga lakhe lokuzalwa, wasenikela ngeziciko zamantombazana ezangaphansi esikolo lapho ahlala khona ekhaya eHurungwe. USithole uye wathi amantombazana amaningi asemaphandleni ayakhutha izifundo zabo nxa besesikhathini ngenxa yokuswelakala kweziciko zabo zangaphansi. Uye wamemezela ukuba uhulumende kumele enzise isiqiniseko sokuba amantombazana ayathola iziciko zangaphansi. Umongameli webandla leZANU-PF Emmerson Mnangagwa namhlanje uvule ngokusemthethweni indawo lapho kuzakuqoqwa khona izibi ye-Geopulmonary Waste Management Plant le engumnikazi wayo kunguDelish Nguwaya kanye lamalunga omndeni kaMnangagwa. Ukuvulwa kwale indawo kuza ngemva kokuba umphakathi lezakhamizi zeHarare zisole kakhulu ukuphiwa le inkampani ithenda. Le inkampani iza kuthola imali engange-160 million edoleni leMelika eminyakeni emihlanu ezayo ngokuqoqa izibi edorobheni laseHarare. Ngesikhangele kwezemidlalo, iqembu lama-Warriors liyaqhubeka ngomkhankaso weCOSAFA lapho ebelidlala khona leqembu leMauritius liphele lingutshikilobhanqa 0-0. Iqembu lama-Warriors belithole igoli elivele kuthando lwenkosi Ngwenya, lo uthwe igoli lakhe ulithole e-offside. Kwathi iqembu leMauritius lona lathola igoli lokunqoba kuhlandla lesibili, kodwa kuthwe kalisebenzi ngoba umdlali elibambile ibhola ngesandla sakhe. Kuqembu elifanayo njalo, iSouth Africa inqotshwe 1-0 liqembu laseMozambique. Emidlalweni ye-UEFA Nations League semi-final edlalwe izolo kusihlwa, iPortugal inqobe iGermany 2-1 ukuze idlulele phambili kuma-final. uFlorian Wirtz ngiyoqale ukuhlohla, wathi amagoli amabili aze ngemizuzu emihlanu avele kuFrancisco Conceição lo Cristiano Ronaldo. uRonaldo usesemagolini angu-137 emidlalweni yakhe ayidlala ngaphandle kwelizwe. Namhlanje iSpain iza kuqhudelana leFrance ku-European Champions. Ukuziphetha lezi indaba kumsakazo weCitizens Movement Radio nazo bezihamba phambili. Uhulumende akalalo ithemba ngemali yeZIG. Lokhu kuvezwe inhlanganiso yeZERA lapho abathi ukusebenzisa iZIG kuyingozi. Ukubiselwa komthetho ozakupha umphakathi imali evela emabhizimisini emphakathini kungenye indlela yokutshontshwa kwemali okuzenziwa iziphathamandla zebandla leZANU-PF. Umhlonishwa uthi uyakhathazeka ngokubhubha kwensane ezibhedlela. Siziphetha lapha lezi indaba. Thank you.